Welcome back to Hawkins, Indiana, where the weather forecast is 80% chance of fog, 20% chance of interdimensional horror. Here's today's question. Why is Hawkins always the target? Like, out of every town in America, why does evil keep RSVPing to this one? 1. Hawkins isn't unlucky, it's a doorway. Most towns get a haunted house. Hawkins gets a haunted dimension because Hawkins isn't just a setting, it's a location with a weak spot. Think of reality like a thick wall. In Hawkins, that wall has cracks. And once a crack exists, it's easier to reopen it than to break a brand new wall somewhere else. That's why the Upside Down keeps pushing here. The barrier is already damaged. It's not random, it's physics, but with nightmares. 2. The real reason. The lab built the first sign here. Sign. Let's say it clearly. Hawkins becomes a target because humans made it one. Hawkins' lab didn't just study weird stuff. They opened the door and then kept messing with it. Once the lab starts experiments, especially around 11, it's like lighting a giant flare in the dark that screams, "Hey, there's a way in right here." So the Upside Down doesn't choose Hawkins because it's special. Hawkins becomes special because the lab forced it to be. 3. Vecna doesn't just attack places, he attacks people. Here's the twist. Hawkins isn't only a geographic target, it's a psychological target. Vecna's whole method is find trauma, isolate a victim, amplify pain, then use the mind as a weapon. And Hawkins has a lot of pain, small town, hidden abuse, loneliness, bullying, grief. People don't talk, they survive silently. That's basically Vecna's favorite buffet. So Hawkins isn't just on the map, it's loud, emotionally. And the Upside Down listens. 4. Once the Upside Down gets a foothold, it roots there. Now imagine the Upside Down like mold. Once it enters a house, it spreads through the walls. You don't move the mold to another house. It grows where it already lives. Same thing here. After the first gate, the Upside Down starts leaving. Residue, vines, spores, creatures, and eventually a whole ecosystem. That means Hawkins becomes cheaper to invade every time. Less energy, less resistance, more familiarity. In short, Hawkins is always the target because it's already partially occupied. 5. The darkest answer. Hawkins is a testing ground. Let's go full conspiracy for a second, because Stranger Things loves that vibe. What if Hawkins is not just being attacked? What if it's being used? A small town is perfect for experiments. Easy to contain, easy to cover up, easy to label as mass hysteria. And if it collapses, the world barely notices. So Hawkins becomes the perfect trial zone for both sides, humans testing power, and the Upside Down testing how far it can spread. Final answer. So why Hawkins? Because it's the place where the barrier was first cracked. The lab kept drilling into it. Trauma made victims easier to exploit. The Upside Down already rooted itself in 5. Small towns are the easiest places to erase. Hawkins isn't cursed, it's compromised. Next episode, we're breaking down the survival rule people ignore the most and why it gets you killed fast in Hawkins. And remember, in Hawkins, the real danger isn't the monster. It's thinking you're safe because it's quiet.